That man, wow, look at that mile an hour. 159.08 miles per hour and a 1099 after a 2:32 60 foot. So Suarez is going to be the winner in that pair. Next pair out brings us Zach Myers from Orlando, Florida, the 2018 Mustang. He's getting word he is broken, so opponent Brooks single going to go to Russell Guys. Guys from Boynton Beach, Florida, the 93 Ford Mustang. He's your number 12 qualifier at 876 out of 155. So a nice little 133 60 foot. Shuts her down a little early, saving the parts and the pieces for the next round. Well, we'll bring up Billy Wakefield and Terry Reeves. Wakefield from Paris, Florida, the 98 Trans Am over on the left-hand side. Terry Reeves, number 11 qualifier at 874. Wakefield, your number 14 qualifier at 883. Reeves blowing the tires off. Wakefield going to go on for the easy round win. 856 at 153 miles an hour. Reeves after the tire spin off the starting line. 1028 at 133 miles an hour. Gerard Vernon, the 96 Supra over here on the left-hand side. It's gone 829 at 166 miles an hour. And Ray Overash from Homestead, Florida, over on the right-hand side at 93 240XX. He was your number 9 qualifier at 866.
No time shootout. No time shootout. I need you to lanes 13 and 14, please. No time shootout. Lanes 13 and 14, please. First call for second round, X front wheel drive. First call second round, X front wheel drive. 11 and 12, please. First call, X front wheel drive for round 2.
Wow, Vernon blowing the tires off. So Ray Overash, I think he's getting to the stripe first. He will. 937 at 112 miles an hour. Going to take the win is Vernon, the number 1 qualifier, out. 954, 160 miles an hour. Can't say he wasn't trying.
Once again, no time shootout. No time shootout. Need you to lanes 13 and 14, please. No time shootout. I need you to lanes 13 and 14, please. I need X front wheel drive. X front wheel drive to lanes 11 and 12, please. X front wheel drive. I need you to lanes 11 and 12, please.
Well, no matter what, the orange car wins. Rusty Clover from Lutz, Florida, the Hellcat over on the left-hand side, number 6 qualifier at 925. Justin Keith, driving Nemo from Streetcar Takeover, Blue Springs, Missouri resident, the number 1 qualifier, 9 flat with a 7 at 153 miles an hour. Well, both drivers blowing the tires off, but it looks like Rusty Klober going to gather it back up. Going to take the win. 10:43 with a 9 at 144 miles an hour. Something going on with Justin Keith's car as it went silent. It was 1950 at 50 miles an hour, so Rusty Klober in the orange car. Georgia would win. Zach Walton from Boca Raton, Florida on the 93 Supra here on the left-hand side. Going to take on James Griesbaum from Canton, Missouri. That 2019 Mustang over on the McFarland Racing side of the track. Walton, your number 5 qualifier. Griesbaum, your number 2 qualifier.
Once again, no time shootout. No time shootout. Your final call to be in the lanes 13 and 14. No time shootout. Final call. X front wheel drive 11 and 12. X front wheel drive 11 and 12.
Walton going to be the winner as Griesbaum turns it a little too red. Red is red no matter what. So Walton going to be the winner. 9:14 at 146 miles an hour. Griesbaum after the red light goes 9:24 with a 9 at 155 miles an hour. Well, John Antoniates out of Parkland, Florida, the 2018 Camaro, and Dean Moslin. Moslin out of Savannah, Georgia. This will be your number 3 and 4 qualifiers, respectively. So in 28s, having some issues off the starting line. Moslin going to be the winner. 9:44 at 130 miles an hour. The Camaro on the left-hand side goes 9:84 with an 8 at 146 miles an hour. That's going to do it for the Streetcar Challenge 1, 2, and 3.
Once again, I need X front-wheel drive. X front-wheel drive for round number 2. X front-wheel drive for round number 2. I need you to the lanes, please. X front-wheel drive. Need you to the rear of the staging lanes 11 and 12 to be paired up, please. X front-wheel drive. Need you to the rear of the staging lanes 11 and 12.
You laughing at me?
All right, attention in the pits, attention in the pits. All right, I need 1150 index to lanes 1 and 2 at the rear of the lanes to be paired up. You are going to be on a ladder. 1150 index, round number 3. I need you to the rear of the staging lanes to be put on a ladder. I need 1050 index to lanes 3 and 4 at the rear of the staging lanes to be put on a ladder. Again, both 1150 and 1050 index. You're going to be on a ladder. I need you to go to the rear of the staging lanes and wait there to be paired up, please. 1150 index, lanes 1 and 2 at the rear of the lanes. 1050 index, lanes 3 and 4 at the rear of the lanes to be paired up, please. Once again, I'm looking for X front-wheel drive. X front-wheel drive. I need you to lanes 11 and 12 at the rear to be paired up, please. X.
Hi, I'm Hall of Famer Derek Brooks, and it takes the City of Champions to house a champion. Jerry Arm, the #1 Ram and Jeep dealer in the country with a winning selection of over 500 Ram trucks and Jeeps. So, when you're ready to go bigger, better, and faster than ever before, there's no place like Arm. Drive home a champion. Jerry Arm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the #1 Ram and Jeep dealer in the country, just 2 blocks south of the house that I helped build on Dare Mabry.
Every Molly Motorsports piston is backed by 95-plus years of racing heritage and technology innovation. Molly employs the most advanced piston design and machining being used today. When it comes to piston purchase, why choose anything but Molly Motorsports?
Are you serious?
O-Star Motorsports is your source for hardcore hardware. engine internals, suspension components, electronics, turbochargers, and more. We're all in with the best customer service, the best prices, and express shipping at rates the other guys can't touch. Foreign or domestic, count on our experience to get you to the finish line first. O-Star, because heroes are made, not born.
Developed, manufactured, and assembled in the USA for more than 30 years, Whipple Superchargers are the heart of today's modern muscle cars. Unmatched quality, cutting-edge rotor profile and design, and the most dollar-for-dollar street-legal power of any supercharger. Racing and performance have been in our family for decades, and no one pays more attention to the details. Find the fun your car's been missing at WhippleSuperchargers.com.
Flying A Motorsports, #1 in toter homes and trailers in the USA. We offer an unbeatable selection of new and used race car trailers, stackers, car haulers, toters, and motorhomes. Ready for an upgrade to your current trailer? We accept trade-ins and consignments. We offer nationwide delivery right to your doorstep or factory pickup. Check out our inventory at FlyingAMotorsports.com. Flying A Motorsports, built on trust since 1988.
X front wheel drive. X front wheel drive. I need you to lanes 11 and 12 at the rear to be paired up, please. I only got 2 of you. I need the rest. X front wheel drive. I need you to the staging lanes at rear of 11 and 12 to be paired up. I'm missing a bunch of you. We're going to go into the No Time Shootout class brought to us by Florida No Time Racing and Envision Garage. Once again, I do need 1150 index to the rear of lanes 1 and 2. 1150 index, I need you to the rear of lanes 1 and 2 to be paired up. You're on a ladder. 1050 index, I need you to the rear of lanes 3 and 4 to be paired up. You're also on a ladder. All right, we're going to roll into No Time. All right, here comes our first pair in No Time Shootout. This is going to be a good one. Tyler Gregan and John Dock. Dock in the 1987 Grand National, the last year that they made this body style for Buick. I guarantee you it's got a whole lot more power in it than the original 231 cubic inch turbocharged 6-cylinder. I'll bet the house on it. Give you Vegas odds. Left-hand side is Tyler Gregan, the Bradenton, Florida-based Mustang of Troy Perez Jr. Innovative racecraft and the guy behind Florida No Time Racing, Troy Perez Jr. He pulls all kinds of duty. The guy will wheel a car, he will wrench on a car, he will build parts for the car. He will put other people behind the wheel that he knows are good to go. Tyler Gregan, following in the footsteps of his dad, Bill. If anybody needs some good VP Racing fuel, the fuel station will close in 15 minutes. If you need any good VP Racing fuel, the station's going to close in 15 minutes. Come tower side, rear of the staging lanes, grab yourself some VP Racing fuel. We're going to close it down in just a little bit. So Tyler Gregan and John Dock coming up here. Dock has made some nasty fast passes on the right-hand side, but this is Tyler and Troy's hometown track. So nobody knows it better. Will the Mustang pull off the upset, or will Doc keep the train rolling and put the Grand National in the next round? Now it doesn't happen. Doc just on the string one more time. So John Dock getting the win there, as unfortunately Tyler Gregan and Troy Perez Jr. just turned the wick up a little too much and lit the tires up. So that one didn't work. All right, we're just trying to get everything situated here as we roll up. This is Sal Lee, the single turbocharged LS power plant, 1984 Mercury Marquis station wagon. Car used to be based out of Texas. Sal Lee out of Loxahatchee, Florida. Might be pulling driver duty here this weekend, but I think that this car has made its way to this coast. This little wagon they call Bad Meemaw. So far, Sally is doing a great job wheeling this ride. The tan on tan with matching wheels and the roof rack still intact. It looks like he's getting a little bit of help from the Prospero camp. Pull him up here for a single. He's going to use this as a tune-up run. Moving to round number 3 of No Time. Guarantee you get a time shot in no time. go into the next round, and that is the right thing. You will make one of two things. You're either going to see how everything works, All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a little confusion, it seems, here, as our sheet is telling us one thing about who's supposed to be paired up. And all right, so it looks like we actually do have the correct. Sal Lee will get the single here in the wagon. All right, so Sal Lee in the Bad Meemaw is going to just break the beams and roll back. And so once again, we had a little confusion here about who the pairing was. So we got everything all ironed out. So Sal Lee will go to round number 3, just breaking the beams, and we'll roll into round number 3. So a little bit of confusion there between the camps, and we got everything all figured out. So Chris Patton and David Varner will now do battle against each other. Matt LaRue from Blacklist Performance out there at the front of the left-hand lane, guiding Chris Patton in. So Chris Patton, the American-wrapped, beautiful 1988 Ford Mustang. Once again, out of Blacklist Performance, the newly formed company with Matt LaRue at the front. Literally, the man at the controls, he's backing up Chris Patton where he wants him to be. Patton will race David Varner. All right, so Chris Patton facing Jordan Millette. Lutz, Florida-based Mustang on the right side. Green Cove Springs, Florida, just a little bit south of Jacksonville, representing on the left-hand side. So we got two Mustangs. Turbochargers, the pair. on the starting line right here in this matchup, a no time. All right, here we go. They're going to get him up on the boost curve, and they're going to knock him into the beam. Here we go. Both ready. Big wheel stand there for the right-hand side, but he pedals out of it beautifully, and Jordan will go to round number 3. As Chris lights the tires up, unfortunately, just had it a little too hot. So Chris Patton goes down there. Jordan will move on. Here comes our next pair at no time. Another side-by-side Mustang battle. A couple different body styles for the Mustangs, too. We have the S197 chassis coming up on the left-hand side. That's Joe Melvin out of 5 Bar Motorsports. The hoodless, turbo-equipped 2007 Mustang. That's the black car on the left-hand side. He looks over and finds Glenn Burrich, the recently revamped Spanky 1990 Mustang over on the right-hand side out of Blacklist Performance. You want to go check out more about that car, you can go to YouTube and find the Southern Chaos channel. So Spring Hill, Florida on the right, Fort Myers, Florida on the left as they get them bumped in and ready to go. Here we go. Burrich gets the whole shot. He will drag him all the way down, and Burrich takes Spanky to round number 3. And here comes your last pair in this round of No Time Shootout, presented by Envision Garage and Florida No Time Racing. Chris Tedeschi on the left-hand side, the 2002 Camaro out of Safety Harbor, Florida. Big block Chevrolet power underneath the hood. You get to see a little bit of that extra elbow coming into the top there on the left-hand side. And yeah, this is not the first time these two have run each other. Looks over and sees Chris Brent's Turbo B, the two-tone 2000 model Camaro on the right-hand side. This car, like I said earlier, this is a feared competitor. As anywhere he goes in No Time Shootout, and literally will just literally scare people out of running. And Chris is a pretty solid bet to go rounds here. So Chris Brett and Chris Tedeschi, a pair of 4th generation Camaros, are going to boost them up and butt them in the beams. And here we go. Yeah, the Chris on Chris battle. We're ready. Oh, and this time lighting the tires on fire on the right-hand side, and Tedeschi getting the win. That's an upset. Turbo B going down on the right-hand side, and that'll wrap up No Time Shootout for round number 2. That'll move us into X front-wheel drive. That is brought to us by JBR Engines and Revolution Turbo. All right, once again, we were just visited by Booston Photography, and so far, James, that 000 reaction time, perfect reaction time, has gone unclaimed. He really wants to pay out that $250 or an even $300 if you have a Booston Photography decal. So a lot of drivers have tried, and no one has come up with it yet. We've gotten a few people that have gotten close, but so far, no dice. So we are waiting on X front-wheel drive to roll into the water as we go into round number 2 here. Once again, I have called The 1150 index class to the rear of staging lanes 1 and 2 to be paired up. 1150 index class to the rear of staging lanes 1 and 2 to be paired up. 1050 index class to the rear of staging lanes 3 and 4 to be paired up. All right, so I just got the word that the index classes are all paired up, and we appreciate it. Yeah, just like clockwork. We're good. So index drivers, thanks so much for being ready to rock and roll and being there. I'll look back there and see Bob Walsh getting a, looks like a pep talk from Taylor Bouldering. I'm sure Taylor's giving him some pointers on how he can get through round number 3. All right, James, we're going into round number 2 of X front wheel drive.
There we go, first pair out. Brings us Robert Mapps out of Orlando, Florida, the 94 Civic. Angel Cruise Performance and Clutch Masters Civic over on the left-hand side. And I wonder why he hasn't been able to check in by radio, because he's been in his race car. Victor Olivares, number 9 qualifier. He is over on the right-hand side.
Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. I need round number 2 of Outlaw Stick Shift. Round number 2 of Outlaw Stick Shift to lanes 13 and 14. I need driver 331, driver 4720, driver 0772, driver 3540, driver 814, driver 202M, driver 1600, and driver 147. The Outlaw Stick Shift round number 2 combatants. I need you to lanes 13, 14.
The starting line advantage going to go to Maps on the left-hand side. It is going to be tied at the finish line. It is going to be Maps. 8:16 at 185 miles an hour. Much better than his number 8 qualified position effort of 8:27. Victor Olivares, 8:24 with a 3 at 180 miles an hour. About 400s better than his best qualifying effort of the weekend, but to no avail. Left side going to be the winner in that pair. Wes Fry from Fort Mill, South Carolina. Competition Clutch and Jason Hunt Tuning. Skunk Racing and BZE Heads for that 97 Acura. The number 7 qualifier at 8:21 at 187. Looks over and sees Ryan Harmon. Harmon from Windsor, Pennsylvania. The AA Fab, Harmon Service Center, and Jason Hunt Tuning. 92 Civic. The number 10 qualifier at 8:31 at 180. All right, so here we go. Somewhat close at the starting line. Right lane in front could be the winner as well. 8:51 at 165 miles an hour. Come from behind win as he was 400 behind at the starting line. The number 10 qualifier just took out the number 7 qualifier. Wes Fry, 8:76 at 161. Good enough for 2/10 behind at the finish line. So right lane going to be the winner in that pair. So Outlaw Stick Shift. Outlaw Stick Shift. Let me join the lanes for pairings, please. Round number 2. Outlaw Stick Shift. Outlaw Stick Shift. We need you in the lanes for round number 2 pairings.
All right, we need Cletus McFarland, car number 331. Griswold, car number 4720. Howell, car number 0772. Evans, Real Deal Teal, number 3540. Pekowick, car number 202M. Joel Granas, car number 814. Schultz, car number 1600. And Plemons, car number 147. Those are our Outlaw stick shift cars we are looking for in the rear of lanes 13 and 14. Once again, rear of 13 and 14 so we can pair you up. James, we're going back to action here. Go right ahead, sir.
Jason Bello from Lafayette, Florida, the 2000 Civic. Over on the left-hand side, he was your number 13 qualifier. And Kevin Ailman, Kissimmee, Florida, in that 92 Civic. Looking for the upset, as he was the number 29 qualifier. 10:58 at 146 miles an hour. So the hood coming up is never a good thing. So Ailman's crew guy holding them up. That is the very sportsmanlike thing to do. Is we're going to wait on the left lane. If it goes down, we might be good. So Jason Bello fired his car up. Appreciate Kevin Ailman and his crew for holding up and waiting for Jason Bello, as we're going to make a race out of it. Got some sort of a leak, so gave it their best effort, but Kevin Ailman going to go on a single, it looks like. Got out of first gear and shut her down, waiting on. Going to save the parts and pieces for round number 3. Be on hold for just a moment while we push Jason Bello off. Shout out to Kevin Ailman's crew for holding them up to see what we can do to get the leak stopped, but
he was at the line just now. It was good. He wasn't leaking right there at all.
James definitely doing the right thing there. Like you said, we want to see 2 cars go down, and the very sportsmanlike thing to do there for Ailman. And unfortunately, Bello still had a leak, and his clock ran out.
I understand both sides, but at the end of the day, when you come to the start line, it's just supposed to be great. Minute's a minute, though. Minute's a minute. If you give them 2 back there, you give them up here. Don't move the car, that's Outlaw. I would leave the car here, bro. No mueve carro. I know that. I can't leave it here, I gotta move it. It's still leaking, guys. That's not leaking, that's it's gas, man. I ain't gonna sit down and race that leak still. I like you, man. I know, but I like you, man. I ain't gonna sit down there. Huh? It's dry now, look. Oh, yeah. Check it out. I didn't throw him off. You let the other driver move it. You let the other driver move it. I have my bag right here. You let the other driver move it. I had my bag right here, bro. No, he's around the right with the microphone. He was supposed to make it. I'll be right back. Live, isn't it? Live. You let the other driver make the call.
It's beautiful when you just don't care.
They're hoping it's going to be a faster online.
Outlaw stick shift. Outlaw stick shift. I need you to the lanes, please. Outlaw stick shift. I need you to lanes 13 and 14 to be paired up, please.
So Caesar Oland and Nicole Elf be our next pair. Oland on the left-hand side, the 93 Civic. Nicole Elf, the 92 Honda on the right-hand side. Oland, your number 14 qualifier at 8:38. Elf had the much better number 3 qualified position at 8:07. Fairly close race down to the quarter mile. This is a real good race. Down to the finish line. Caesar Oland going to be the winner. 8:21 at 178 miles an hour on a hole shot. As Nicole Elf had the better 8:11 at 189 miles an hour. But the deficit of over a tenth off the starting line led to 17 thousandths of a second at the finish line. Left side going to be the winner in that pair. It's Carlos Acuo and Ricardo Bonaparte. Gonna be our next pair. Acuo from St. Cloud, Florida, is the number 2 qualifier at 8:04 at 189. And Ricardo Bonaparte, Covington, Georgia resident, driving that 92 Civic. He was your number 15 qualifier at 8:39. Acuo driving the Faster Motorsports Honda Civic.
Everybody's all wound up.
James, it looks like we got ourselves a staging battle going on here. Nobody wants to move in first. Billy Double starting to look at both of them. And they're going to get the signal.
Over a tenth the advantage off of the starting line. Going to go to Acuo. Bonaparte getting very, very close to the center line. Wisely lifts. So Carlos Acuo, 8:58 at 145 miles an hour. Going to take the win. It's Bonaparte after getting close to the center line. Goes 12:81 at only 74 miles an hour. So Carlos Acuo in the Faster Motorsports Honda Civic, left side. Going to be the winner in that pair.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, once your car is run, we ask that you please leave the restricted area. It's starting to get crowded down there, and the crews and the drivers cannot do their work, so we ask that you please leave the restricted area once your car has run.
So Nelson Cortez from Kissimmee, Florida, and then Dira Fernandez. Only on the right-hand side. 99 Civic on the left. 1990 CRX over on the right-hand side. Nelson Cortez in control down to the finish line. Going to take the win. 8:12 at 161 miles an hour. Number one qualifier moving on. As Andrea Fernandez goes 9:21 at 168 miles an hour in the losing effort. So Nelson Cortez, one step closer to that $20,000 payday in extreme front-wheel drive.
Once again, I need Outlaw stick shift. Outlaw stick shift to the lanes, please. Outlaw stick shift to the lanes, please. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. I need sports stick shift to lanes 11 and 12. Sport stick shift, I need you to lanes 11 and 12, please. Sport stick shift, 11 and 12, if you would, please. Back to X front wheel drive, brought to us by JBR Engines and Revolution Turbo. James Thompson, if you would, please.
Norman Salgado and Jesus Melendez be our next pair. Salgado from Bayham, Pennsylvania, and Melendez up the street a little bit, Puerto Rico. So Salgado, our number 12 qualifier, and Melendez, our number 5 qualifier. See another one of those Faster Motorsports Honda Civics over on the Triple Off Room side of the track. Melendez getting the hole shot off the starting line. It will carry that to a win. 8:03 at 175 miles an hour. Nice lap in the heat of the day. Going to take the win is Salgado. A very respectable 8:15 with a 9. His best effort for the weekend. But to no avail. Melendez going to be the winner. So the opponent broke single here. Akil Jackson. Going to get a opponent broke single is Jason Marsh. Could not answer the call. So Akil is just going to take the stress-free for the mentality and the parts ride down the Bradenton Motorsports Park quarter mile, as he already has a guaranteed win light on. Just going to idle down.
1150, load up, please. 1150, load up and be ready to go, please. 1150, load up, please. 1050, you're on standby. 1150, load up, please. 1150, load up, please. 1050, you're on standby.
So that's going to do it for extreme front-wheel drive. Going back to index cars here, as we have an extra amount of those, so we need to get that round out of the way. So we've got 1150 and 1050 on deck. Going to them next.
Sports stick shift. Sport stick shift. Need you to the lanes, please. Sport stick shift. Need you to the lanes, please. 1150 index. About 2, maybe 3 minutes. Hang on just a second as Wade is going to touch up the racetrack for you. 1 to 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Wade's going to touch up that racetrack for you. I need sport stick shift. Sport stick shift to the lanes, please. Sport stick shift. I need you to the lanes, please. All right, so we are waiting for the call for 11:50 and 10:50 to go down the racetrack, as Wade Rich apparently saw something on the racetrack he didn't like, so he's going to tighten that baby back up one more time. Wade is not going to send anybody down a subpar surface. So the man behind the traction action here, Wade Rich, is going to do a little bit of dragging and prepping here as we get everything ready for the 1150 index class, followed by 1050 index. And it is now 5:17, so doing the best we can here, ladies and gentlemen, as we're rolling through eliminations. We appreciate all the drivers and crew doing their job to try and get up here as quickly as possible. We know there's quite a few spectators and vehicles to get around, and we appreciate you working with us. Thank you so much. All you spectators out there in the stands and on the fence line, a big shout out and thank you to you as well. Thank you so much for coming out here to the final day of FL2K, presented by Brian Crower, the hashtag RunBC, and BrianCrower.com. Please say thank you to them for all that they do for FL2K. And a big thank you to all of our sponsors also. Please make sure you go to FL2K.com and scroll down and find over 50 sponsors that has made it possible for us to not only put on this event, but pay out a guaranteed $100,000 in payouts to all of these great racers. So we appreciate all the sponsors, all the racers, and all the spectators that are making the 9th annual FL2K truly a great event. And the rotator has come out. All right, so the tractors have come off, and we're going to go into round number 3 here of 1150 index class, and that is the index class is brought to us by Chicago Motor Cars and KC Photography and all the RPM out of the Mustang.
1050 index, load up, please. 1050 index, load up, please.
So first pair out, John Astrap and Nick Roberts. Astrap, that gorgeous stock eliminator legal 1969 Mustang. Cobra Jet scoop coming out the top, and Nick Roberts, the 2021 Tesla. One of 2 Teslas that's made it this far so far. So the stick shift on the left and the electric avenue on the right. Tesla bumping in. And we're ready. Big hole shot there for the Mustang. The Tesla was trying to pull back around him. The top end scoreboard says the Tesla getting the win, 1161, taking out a 1210 for the Mustang. So the Tesla going on to round number 4. Thomas Ray and Nico Krashenko. Give me about 5 or 6 times. I'll get it right. James will beat it into me. Sarasota, Florida-based 2017 Camaro on the right-hand side, and the Mustang on the left for Thomas Ray. I can't mess up Thomas Ray. Green light on. And they leave the starting line relatively close together. The Ford on Chevy, Camaro on Mustang battle is going to see a winner come out of the right-hand side. 11:56 for the Camaro. 11:46 is a breakout for the Mustang. Got there first by 45 thousandths of a second. Breaks it out 37. Needed to take 8 thou or less. That is a paper-thin margin. Derek Goris and Mitch Gursky coming up next. Gursky in the BMW on the right, and the Mustang on the left for Goris. They're ready. And the Mustang falls silent. And now is under power. The BMW just needs to make sure he doesn't run faster than 11:50. 11:83 at 100 miles an hour as he looked around in time. So we have two Teslas going to round number 2, James. I don't think I've ever been able to say that at a race. Kenneth Bass and Logan Day coming up. Logan Day, the number 1 qualifier from qualifying originally for round number 1, round number 2. And here he is, round number 3, and he will face Kenneth Bass. Bass in the Tesla on the left side out of Riverview, Florida. All right, so the second Tesla in this class looking to hang with Logan Day. They're going down the racetrack side by side. The win light not going to come on for the Tesla. A whole shot win for Logan Day by 7 thousandths of a second. His better reaction time got the Mustang the win. 7 thousandths of a second. Man, that was a squeaker. Andrew Dominguez, the 2016 Camaro on the right-hand side. Roberto Perez, the 96 Civic on the left. Naples, Florida on the right-hand side. West Palm Beach, Florida. That's the opposite coast from here. Just basically start driving east, and you'll hit water, and that's West Palm Beach. That's where you need to go. Both staged up and ready. The Camaro goes for the whole shot and misses by 91 thousandths of a second. The Roberto Perez crew is happy. They're going to the next round. So we had 10 cars. We're now down to 5 in 11:50. And congratulations to those 5 winners. They are going to round number 4. Here comes our first matchup in 1050. The 1050 class that is brought to us by O&J Performance and Stingray Chevrolet. We appreciate them supporting the 1050 class. Here comes our first pair. Shane Cunningham, the 2020 F-150 left side, and Dan Boldry, the patriarch of the Boat Tree Racing Stables, the 1968 Camaro. And red light there for the pickup truck. He went for the whole shot, came up empty. Shane Cunningham, 033 red, no good. Dan Boldry, 1040, 92 miles an hour, 1046 for the pickup as they were both prepared to get there. So Dan Boldry move on to round number 4. Here comes Christopher Rogers. Davenport, Florida-based 96 Civic on the right side, and he will face James Snyder. The 81 Malibu wagon. Left-hand side. Out of Vero Beach, Florida. He's on the opposite coast, a little further north of Bradenton if you went directly across the state. The entire Snyder family. Racers to the core. James Snyder on the left. Christopher Rogers on the right. Big wheelie there for the wagon, and this one could be in hand already. Snyder, the much better reaction time, and gets the win. 1065. The Honda tries to get there, breaks out by 13 thousandths, broke that out by 13 hundredths, took 14 hundredths. Need to take 100th or less. Snyder goes to round 4. Bob Walsh looking to join Dan Boldry in the Boldry racing pickup truck, right-hand side. Jason Samuel, the Mustang. Big wheelie there for Bob Walsh, and this one also. This is a matter of driving the finish line correctly, and Bob Walsh turns around and looks. Getting back in the gas just enough. Yeah, he gets the win. 11:23 taking out an 11:06 via the whole shot. That will leave us one more pair here. Yeah, we have one more pair and a single. Once again, I have called sport, stick shift. Sport, stick shift. To the lanes, please. Sport, stick shift. Lanes, please. All right, next pair, Daniel Fernandez, the 2020 Mustang in that beautiful shade of blue on the right-hand side. He has a tough cookie indeed. Wesley Lee. Ellington, Florida-based 1996 S10 pickup truck. Number 3 qualifier. Like I told you earlier, Wesley Lee was doubled up. Lost by a couple thousandths of a second in 11:50. I guarantee you he is still salty and wants to keep rolling. Wesley rolls it in deep. Mustang driver on the clock. He's got 10 seconds to get it staged. He just rolls it in time. And Wesley Lee just spanks him off the starting line. And then the Mustang driver going silent. So Wesley Lee, as long as he doesn't go faster than 10:50, he lays down a pass that's good for the other class, 11:51 at 76 miles an hour. What did I tell you? Wesley Lee is salty and ready. He goes to the round of 4 with 5 cars remaining. Here is your bye run. Faith Frost. Champion Racing transmission back, 1967 Mustang. Yeah, lady driver coming up here on the left-hand side. Faith, a regular here at Bradenton Motorsports Park in the blue with flaming on it Mustang. She will get a solo pass to round number 4, and that'll wrap us up for Index. So Faith Frost bumps in. She will make her pass. Faith going to make the lick, looking for 10:50 on the window. She goes 10:41, 129 miles an hour. So we got a little bit in reserve, but Faith Frost going to round number 4. 5 cars remaining there. Faith Frost will wrap up the 1050 Index class for round number.
How many more do you think we have?
2 more rounds, I believe. 2 more rounds. There might be 2 sessions with 3 more rounds, but they were holding off on the 890 and something else so they can catch up.
So it's been a heck of a few days.
Back early already.
Yeah.
Back there.
Hi guys.
You gotta give an interview or something.
So I'm gonna interview myself?
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm here with Racer, Bradenton Motorsports Park. What's your name?
I knew you would.
My name is Adriana, guys. It's so nice to meet you. So Adriana, what kind of car do you drive? You know, like what, is it import, domestic? Well guys, I do drive a 1992 Eagle Talent. It is a 4-cylinder powered by Haltech ECU.
Nice. Nice.
You gotta borrow that lady's mustache. Where'd she go?
I do. That's what I should do. I just put the mustache up.
See, you didn't think you were gonna do it. I knew you would.
You only have to make a suggestion like that.
Yeah,
really? Okay.
I actually wanted to do that.